Valley, wine tasting, spoiling my women friends, sitting at the table with millionaires. The narrative is tax loops, accounts offshore squares. It's not allowed.
Yo, what's happening? We are live. My name is Ken Billions. Welcome to Coin Gang Ministries. What's popping, y'all? What's good? Wherever you at, I hope you good. Whoever you with, you already know. If you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, press 2. Run that 12. Make sure we good, because you know we follow a motto over here, top shelf or nothing. So if the vocals ain't good and the visuals ain't good, then we got to try it at another time. It ain't that serious, right? Because we got a expectation over here in this top shelf or nothing. That's part of our Coin Gang constitution over here. So salute to all the guys, all the girls, you know what I mean? You know what we do here. This the number one place for personal development. What does that mean? This the number one place where you leave better than when you came. You pull up, you get something, and you go apply it. And you become a better man, and you become a better woman, a better wifey, a better hubby. You become better for the people around you. Ain't that what game is about? Right? So we do a little bit of entertainment, but we do a lot of game, though. We do a lot of bars. We heavy on the bars. We let the other weirdos have gender wars. Over here, guys and girls pick each other's brain to get some money together. We don't care about femininity and masculinity. We care about production over here and results over here. So welcome to Coin Gang Ministries. Y'all my A-alikes, and this don't never go down without y'all. I know I'm the man behind the microphone, but this don't go down without y'all. And I think that a lot of content creators or people in the industry, period, they take y'all eyes and ears for granted. But they would be nothing without y'all eyes and ears. They would be nothing without your attention, right? So I don't take that for granted, because this ministry don't go down if y'all don't pull up. You feel me? So appreciate y'all, and let's do what we do. You already know the Coin Gang Constitution, or you should. Top shelf or nothing. Heaven now. Is there anybody in the chat that been practicing heaven now? What does that mean? That you don't want to die to go to get heaven. I know grandmama and them believed that, and no disrespect to the elders. That's what they needed at that time. They needed hope. They was in the faith business, right? They was in the hope business, because conditions was not favorable. But we live in a different time. So is there anybody out there that's practicing heaven now in their life? In your finances, you want heaven. In your marriage, you want heaven. In your parenting, you want heaven. In your health, in your fellowship, you want heaven. That's important, because when you look like this, they train your mind to have no expectations. And if you dare to have expectations, well, something is wrong with you. Well, we push back on that bullshit over here. We have an expectation. When we show up, one of our constitutions is what? 9 on the dope. What does that mean? That means we put out the best work. What's some other ones? That means we do whatever we want, but we don't do no harm. What's another constitution? Man, selfish now so we can be selfless later. What that mean? That mean your cup need to run over before you start being about the community and all that weirdo shit. I don't subscribe to none of that. Wet your beak first. Put your mask on. You know how they tell you on the airline, put your mask on first? Get your air first before you jump out here trying to be a air social justice warrior. We don't do none of that over here. Get yours first, right? That's what we do over here. Heaven now. I got a good conversation for y'all today. Somebody asked me what those words were, those college degrees. Nah, man, I'm a dropout. That's my ordained minister's license. Y'all didn't know I was ordained? So when I talk this Coin Gang ministry shit, that's real deal. That's a real deal. And then in the future, the way that we come together and build like this, we're going to come together in the physical and build like this. But my ministry is us about networking. Find somebody in the congregation that you can network with and you can build with, and y'all can make something happen together. But yeah, some people was asking me about that. I got a GED, but I am ordained. If that mean anything. Hey, today I'm talking about tribalism. I'm talking about the power of oppression. Y'all gonna sit around for that topic because I'm gonna tell you the power of oppression. Because some of you motherfuckers need to be oppressed. You do your best work when you oppress. And I'm gonna talk about individuality. My conversation for today is the anxiety of freedom, the need for mind control. The need for mind control? Yes. The need for mind control. Mind control is super important. Because without mind control, a lot of y'all wouldn't get shit done. And I'm going to show you that all this collective come together talk, the good old days, well, that came from oppression. You never going to come together unless you got an open enemy. You never going to come together unless you got pushback. Y'all free and y'all got anxiety of freedom. But trust me, I can relate. Because let me put you in my business a little bit. Let me tell you what I did with my freedom. I did every drug you could think of. Well, not no heroin. But all the uppers, root chakra poppy. That's what I did with my freedom. See, I didn't know I was free. See, the pro-black people was telling me I wasn't free. I didn't know that I was free. I didn't know that I had control and agency over my life. I didn't know. I was listening to the talking heads that said I was not free and I was a slave. Well, damn it. What did I go do? I did all the drugs, right? I stayed out all the nights when my little baby was developing and I should have been home. I should have been with his mom and we should have been talking about plans, but nah, where was I though? I'm going to tell you where I was. Root chakra poppy. I'm standing on the sofas. Putting the baddies on their back. Yeah, I was. Raw, too. Could have got AIDS with my freedom. You see? So I'm going to keep it a stack with you. Because I want somebody that ain't fully off the porch. Don't go down that path. Don't let nobody trick you that you're not free. You are free. You just got anxiety. You don't know what to do with your freedom. Because I'm going to tell you that freedom ain't natural. And humans haven't been free since time started. It's always something thinking for you. But this is the first time in people's life where they could think for themselves. And I'm going to tell you that I didn't even know that. I'm going to tell you what I did with my freedom. I'm telling you, I did all the drugs. I did all the Molly. I did all the X, the fire X too. The blue joints. I was grinding the back of my teeth. Them joints where that's your weight loss plan. Right? You don't even gotta work out. Just pop the X. You good. You ain't gonna be eating. That's a meal plan. Killing my wisdom teeth. Just grinding. Yeah. That's what I did with my freedom. Oh yeah, I did all the pills. Oh yeah. What y'all think? Where you think the game come from? Right? Being laid up in hotels with the whores. Huh? All-Star Weekend with the whores. Super Bowl. If you ain't never been to no All-Star Weekend, Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. the All-Star weekend bring the top whores in the country out. The baddest. Some of y'all dudes be going straight up crazy for the nastiest women. And no disrespect, that's cool. But you wouldn't know the real nature of a woman until you got a couple dollars. You understand? Super Bowl weekend, All-Star weekend. I was out there. That's what I was doing with my freedom. Because I didn't know that I was free because I allowed people to tell me that I wasn't. So since I'm not free, fuck my health, right? It doesn't matter, right? And and I thought that little child that I had, I thought that child would stay like that. So them nights that I'm out, I'm coming in and I'm seeing this little boy, I'm seeing this little baby. I'm not thinking that they grow up. You see? I'm not thinking that little baby is going to be a teenager. See, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking that I had time. I didn't know I was free. I had freedom anxiety. What I was really asking for was, hey, I need an oppressor. I need someone to tell me what to do. Because with this freedom, I'm popping the Molly. 2012, 2013, 2014, all that. Yeah. My eyes like this. I can't even. I'm up for days and days. Yeah. That's the game. Right? Now, maybe some of y'all might have haven't done those same things. But you don't know that you're free, though. And your problem is not that life is too hard. Your problem is that life is too easy. Because when you are oppressed, you behave different. You think different. Your senses are different. See, because when you are oppressed for real, you ain't got time to do no coke. I had time. Right? Y'all see how big this nose is? So imagine the lines that I'm sniffing up. I'm trying to tell you now. They don't want to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the real. You see this nose? Crispy hundreds. Woo! That's how I know about 9 on the dope. I've been off the porch. That's how I know about 9 on the dope. Because I know what it's like to have my motherfucking face and my mouth numb. You understand? But I'm putting you in my business to let you know that even myself didn't know what to do with freedom. I'm still learning what to do with being free. I let the pro-black niggas, oh, you a slave, brother. I thought I was a slave. And I was moving like a slave. But I didn't know that at any given time that I can do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't know that if I wanted to pause for a second and course correct, I didn't know that I could correct right now. I didn't know that. Y'all told me that I was a slave. Still to this day. Right? That's why I can't rock with you pro-black niggas, because what you did to my mind. I can't speak for nobody else. I got to get my time back, because y'all didn't give me as a young man good info. Y'all put y'all fears on me. Y'all put y'all self-doubt and lack on me. And then I start operating like that. Well, shit, I ain't had no daddy around, so I'm going to follow the older niggas, right? I thought they had the answers. They didn't, though. They were people that didn't know what to do with their freedom, that was caught in their second childhood. Wasn't a slave. I was making myself a slave to drugs. I was making myself a slave to baddies. So if I wasn't a slave, I sure enough was signing up for slavery. You know how dumb it is to go to the club and spend a couple $100 over than what a bottle costs? That's dumb. And here I am thinking I'm a hustler. But I'm spending $300, $400 for a wet bottle in the club. Man, this shit $50. Dumb. But this bitch next to me, if I spend this money on this bottle, she might bust it open. So, now that's slavery. She ain't shit. I'm taking penitentiary chances, right? To buy overpriced bottles for a chick that ain't even fucking with me like that. What else is slavery then? That's the dumbest shit ever. I'm getting hustled from the club. I'm paying a couple $100 over market value of the bottle for a chick that don't even rock with me like that. Right? And I'm taking penitentiary chances. That's not slavery? So I was putting myself in slavery. You understand? So what I realize is when you don't know that you're free, you will fight and you will battle for an oppressor. If it's not America, the oppressor, then it's the school system, or it's politics, it's the Democratic Party, or the Republican Party, or it's vices, or it's the women, or it's the men, right? You looking for an oppressor. See, because what an oppressor does is it puts you on point. It centers your focus. We begging to be oppressed. Even right now, listen to how people talk. These is people that go to work and come home every day, eat what they want, marry who they want, do exactly what they want, right? And they still talk from an oppression standpoint. Hey, let me tell you how deep it is. Is it any parent? If you got a baby in the chat, press 1. If you are a mother or a father, press 1. I just want to see by a show of ones if you got any who got babies out here, because I got one, right? If you got a baby, press 1, right? So I got ones coming in from YouTube and Facebook, right? Now, when the first time, your first kid, your first time, remember when you seen the face of your child? You remember how you felt? I mean, here's a little person with your face, right? Do you remember how you felt? I know some people cried, some people were laughing. You felt the feeling that you can't even describe it. So much so that many of you did it 4 and 5 times over. Now you crazy as hell. I only need it once. But look, that should be the happiest moment in your life. But mothers and fathers will disassociate themselves from the happiest moment in their life to inherit trauma and memories they've never experienced. That is looking for oppressor. Many of you this year have said something about Black Wall Street. That's over 100 years ago. And for real, what it got to do with you? Because that shit ain't affect your pockets. But what you'll say is, but what about this and what about that? Hold on, time out. Why are you putting down the happiest moments in your life to inherit memories that you don't even have? You need an oppressor. You need an oppressor. What about this and what about that? Like, you don't even know that man. You wasn't even alive then. What? You will forego the happiest moments in your life for negative experiences that you didn't experience. Why? Why? Because you need an oppressor. You don't know what to do with freedom. I'm not putting down my happy memories for memories that I never felt before. Is you crazy? I'm not putting down the birth of my son. I'm not putting down marriage. I'm not putting down happy moments where I've had in my, you know how hard it is to be happy? I'm not going to put down those moments to inherit the memory of and traumas that I've never experienced before. I would then, because I didn't know what to do with freedom. I'm free. Why do I need an oppressor? Why do I need that feeling of struggle? Getting up when your alarm goes off is already enough struggle. Doing what you said you're gonna do is already enough struggle. Keeping your word, repetition, staying on course is already enough struggle. Why inherit more? You know why? Because we need that storyline. In NLP, they teach us how to get rid of a thought completely. It's a form of hypnosis. That the negative experiences that we have, we can get rid of the thought completely with mental exercises. But the traumas that many of you inherited and you claim, if I taught you how to get rid of the thought right now, you would not. You need it. Everybody need it for different reasons. Some people need the thought for the reason why they're underachieving. Other people need it for stripes. Other people need it for talking points. Because if you were totally free and an individual right now, you would have an expectation. People would expect things from you. See, as long as you can cling on to these stories, and let me tell you something about humans. Let me tell you something. In case y'all didn't know. And let me tell you, back to Africa niggas, Hotep niggas, conspiracy theories. I got 3 libraries, right? I got one here, downstairs in storage, right? With any book that you could think of. You can't outbook me. I got VHS tapes when y'all wasn't even studying this shit. Why am I saying that? To say, you can't throw me a book of what do I don't know. There is no more research to do at this point. I did it. And what I'm telling you is humans gonna human. What does that mean? If it's not the Mongols conquering, taking people's shit, impregnating women, slaving the children, then it's the British. Then it's the Spanish. Then it's the Russians. That's what humans do. See, when you don't know how to have freedom, you personalize it and you think it's something against you. No, you're just on the wrong side of history. Because if it was reversed and you was on the right side of history, you would enjoy all the splendor. You wouldn't bat an eye. It's just you happen to be born to the parents that you're born to. That's life. The human species ain't shit. We take each other's stuff. We deceive and manipulate. We lie to each other. Everybody. See, when you become a free person, you look at it from that perspective. Like, you know what? It is what it is. But you can't outbook me. You can't go do your what, my nigga? Destruction of Black civilization? What, bro? What, sis? Amos Wilson, Blueprint of Black Power? What, Joel Pookrum, 10 Circuits of the Brain? What, Francis Cress Wilson, ISIS Papers? What is it that I'm not reading? What you got in the stash that I don't got, my nigga? Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live, Message to the Black Man, Noble Drew Ali, Circle 7 Quran. What? Been there, done that. And guess what? Still taking Molly, though. Had all the books, but I was still on the sofas. Root Chakra Poppy. And what does that mean? I was still with the horse. What does it mean? Still didn't help me be free. Still didn't know what to do with freedom. In fact, it gave me anxiety. More anxiety. Oh, money is evil. America. So now I'm batshit crazy. Because there was no call to action. So now I'm reading all the books that y'all said to read, right? What's the call to action? Now what? What do I do from here? Now what? I'm batshit crazy. Now what? That just added to the crazy. That just added to the crazy, fam. The knowledge that I really needed was how to govern myself. Once I found out how Egypt got overthrown and reading Chancellor Williams' book, I still didn't know how to govern myself. And Amos Wilson, Blueprint of Black Power, great. But I still didn't know how to govern myself. Oh, Yurugu? Oh, I did that too. ISIS Papers? Rode that ride. What? Elijah Muhammad, Theology of Time? Got it. And guess what? I found out a lot about how people ain't shit. But I didn't know how to govern myself. And I didn't understand personal liberty. That I am free to make my own decisions and go my own way. And there's so much power in that. And I was under the assumption that unless the collective did it, I might as well not do it. Because that's what y'all taught me. That it gotta be a collective. But I started looking and analyzing the collective. They don't want shit. Or they don't want what I want. They don't want what I want. So now what do I do though? Which way do I go? What do you do with your group of people that want to do more? See, we don't know about that. We so used to talking about the junkie. We so used to talking about the fiend. We so used to talking about the dysfunction that what do you do with your talented? What do you do with your biggest, your best minds? What do you do with them? You ain't got shit for them. Because it's the community. Well, what about that individual girl that got a great mind? What about that individual boy that got a great mind? What do you do with them? And that's many of you. And many of you can't get to your genius potential. Many of you can't get to the mastery, the mystery, right? About yourself because you have anxiety of freedom. You have every first of the year, you go right back to the drawing board on your vision board and start making a list again. You start making a list again, the vision board. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Shit is hella difficult. Why? The anxiety of freedom. With freedom come great responsibility. I told you what I did with my freedom. I did all the drugs. No one made me do that shit. I went to that. I wanted that. I'm telling you that I was in the hotels with the baddies, with the whores. There was a time, man, put a wig on a pig and I'm gonna dig. That's what I did with my freedom. Wasn't oppressed. I wasn't because my mom. I wasn't because my daddy. No, I wanted that. I put my face in it. That ain't oppression. I wanted that. There was a moment in time, go in the strip club. I had all of them. Her and her partner. Raw. Playing with my health. Damn near killing myself. That's what I'm doing with my freedom. That's not that is not the white man. That's not the system. I wanted that. That's what I thought I needed at the time. Because I didn't know I was free. Because y'all niggas told me I wasn't. Just like y'all talk now. Yeah, we as a people, our experience in America. What are you comparing it to? What are you comparing your experience in America to? To what? Zimbabwe? Brazil? Yeah, we as black people in America. What does that even mean? I guarantee you ate what you wanted today. Some of you niggas sent a dick pic and everything. That's freedom. And you don't know you free. Yeah, because what you doing this weekend? Shit, hey, send me a picture. Ha, 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 woo, ha, ha. Woo, you bad as a motherfucker. Hey, you go to your partner house. Hey, bro, look at her. Yeah, I'm gonna bust that ass when I see her. Ha, ha. That's freedom. You not free? The mere fact that y'all could talk about femininity and masculinity, that means you got time on your hands. That's freedom. They are lying to you, getting you to go against happy moments to inherit depression and stress and other people's dreams. Your ass is free. Just think about what you did today. You're free. I could go through your phone and prove that you're free. I could go through your your history and prove that you're free. Because a person that was really oppressed would not go to those websites that you're going to. The person that was really oppressed, you wouldn't mate the way you do. A person that was really oppressed, you wouldn't eat that. You did all the things that you're doing because you're free. I know. Because I was high as hell with a bunch of other free motherfuckers. Doing it. Hey. Root chakra poppy. I really did that. I didn't know I was free. And then when I spent all my money, dice games, losing, then I got an excuse. Because, man, they don't want a black man to get ahead. But hold on. Wasn't Wasn't I just the dude in the Hyatt with the baddies having a threesome? Wasn't that me? Yes, that was. But that ain't the point. The point is they don't want a black man to get ahead. And then I think about it, well, damn. What if the girls when I was younger would have had the baby? That's freedom. And then guess what? If they would have had the baby, I would have been angry. And I would have been mad because I don't want kids. But why I didn't hold my seed? You see? Freedom. Now, of course, there's some level of restriction, period. It's restriction in nature. It's restriction in the government. Some shit is not fair, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, you are free and I am too. And this message, what it is about is the anxiety of freedom, the depression, the stress, the insecurity, the bad decisions. It's all based on having freedom anxiety. And you have to know how to be free. And you have to know how to govern yourself. And people are so scared of freedom that they will run and find an oppressor. Shit that don't even exist. What about lynching? Who you know that been lynched? If we take history in a vacuum and look at all the atrocities mankind has ever done, you free to be a victim. That's how free you are, that you can take time out your day to feel sorrow for shit that never happened to you. When you walk away here today, I want you to get in the habit of self-governing, right? I want you to get in the habit of looking at your life. This is an accountability conversation, right? This is an accountability conversation. It's accountability conversation of you are free and you got control and you can do whatever you want in your life. Anything, you name it, you could do it. You could be who you want to be at any given time and understand what you have at your hands, what you're able to do now. It's never been like this ever, ever again. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about how the world has changed. And the primary way that it's changed is put the power in people's hands. And people don't know that it's in their hands. Right? So we'll talk about that after the break. Stay tuned.
I decided that I want more. I decided that the life that I was living, the results wasn't enough. I decided that I don't want to be normal. I decided to conquer my fear. I decided to stay focused. I decided to study. I decided to discipline myself. I decided to walk away from mediocrity. And now I'm alone.
Hey, peep this right here. So, based on what we find in history, humans are usually broke up in tribes, right? It's tribalism. You got your chiefs, you got your medicine man, right? You got the people that do specific things, but for the most part, you have to do whatever the tribe does. All right? When you were born into a tribe, you were not free. The tribe thought for you. The tribe was a mind for you. The tribe created boundaries for you. And when you're born, you just fall in line. Many times you didn't have a say-so in who you were married to. You didn't have a say-so in what your outcome would be because nobody was bigger than the tribe. This individual didn't have a say-so about the marks on their forehead. They had to do whatever the tribe did. You know, we big up the past a lot. We're real romantic about the past and the good old days. You know why? Because we're addicted to symbolism. We see pictures and we associate a lot of meaning to the pictures. And we think the pictures mean something else. But what about the people about that time? You know, you'll see a picture of black men and women married in 1950 and be like, ooh, black love. How do you know they was in love? You'll see a picture of the black family and be like, oh, we need to go back to that. Man, the first opportunity these people got, they got away from each other. Why? If this shit is what y'all say it is, then why the first opportunity people got, they got away from each other? They didn't come together. They got away from each other. See, y'all so focused on the pictures, you're not focused on the fundamentals. How does it work? A lot of you handkerchief head Negroes is so addicted to this ideal of submission and old school women. You don't even care if the women were happy or not. You just like the picture. You don't even care. You don't care if the kid was happy. You don't care if it worked. Only thing you care about is how the pictures looked. But I ask you something. When people had an opportunity to get away from each other, they took it. That should tell you something. When people had a sniff of individuality, they took it. And that's what's going on right now. Is that you're an individual and you're free and you got anxiety. But I'm telling you, what you're asking and begging for, this tribalism shit, you will lose your entire mind. You don't have a say-so. This woman didn't have a say-so or the marks on her face. But y'all gonna big this up. You know why? For the symbol. For the romanticism of it. She's not an individual. Those are tribal markings. She didn't have a say-so. Don't you want to say so? Don't you want agency over your life? Well, you got it right now. This is the first time in recorded history that individuals have individual rights. Individual rights. Inalienable rights. That shit is unheard of. It'll never be like this again. And many of us just pissing it away because we don't know how to be free. Back in the day, y'all wasn't even alive back in the day. Why do you think back in the day was better than right now? Y'all watch too many movies. What do the people from back in the day say about back in the day? What do they write in their journals? Do you know? Do you care? He got shit through his nose and through his lip. He couldn't say no. You know why? You get exiled. Shit, who wants to be by themselves, right? So you're going to go with the group. This is group think, y'all. You ain't got to do none of this right now, but you're begging for an overseer. You're begging for somebody to think for you. You are begging for the government to think for you. You're begging for these handkerchief head niggas to think for you. You need an oppressor. You need the red pill to think for you. You need the Democratic Party to think for you. You need a rapper to think for you. You begging for somebody to tell you what the way is, man. Nah, man. You the question and the answer. But you are going through anxiety because you don't know how to be free. What should I do in my marriage? Why don't you make the rules? Why don't you make the rules? Why don't you take the pen out and design your life? It never been like this before. People didn't have rights, individual rights. You had to do what the tribe said. You had to do what the church said. You had to do what your political organization said. You couldn't make your own rules. And many of us are failing because we don't know how to be free. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's okay to have the quirks that y'all have, man. It's okay to have different thoughts. It's okay to want to go in a different direction. It's okay to mate how you want to mate. It's okay to have the friends that you have, as long as it's not self-destructive. I'm not gonna condone that. I'm not gonna condone you ruin yourself. But a lot of y'all looking for permission for what? From who? You're begging for tribalism, and this is what happens. This is what happens when you become the tribe. This right here. See her mouth? You'll look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's great. Did she have a say so? Yes or no? Do you care? Do you? Y'all begging to be told what to do. Man, people from the past never had the opportunity many of y'all have to make mistakes and fail forward, to bump your head, to have trial and error, to figure out what works for you and what don't. People had to do what the group said, man. How is that wavy? And this is what y'all big up, though. This is what y'all be bigging up. Y'all big up tribalism. Yeah, back in the day. Man, what? Because you wasn't there, that's why. And you seen it on TV. Man, this is an initiation process right here. Yeah, man, that's for manhood. And I used to think like that. Yeah, man, but god damn it. Great ideals couldn't even flourish in the tribe because you can't think past the tribe. Great inventions couldn't even come to light because there's a hierarchy there. And if it's not about the tribe, then it's not about nothing. But you got to move with the technology, y'all. You got to move with the technology. Let me show you how interesting. Let me show y'all how interesting that some rites of passages are. And the purpose of this conversation It's to help you strip away your anxiety of freedom, of you struggling and not knowing what to do. Many of you got fire ideals, and then as soon as you think about it, procrastination sets in. You can't even do it. You can't even get to it. What would a group say? The collective. Fuck the collective. I want to show y'all something. Because y'all like to big up tribalism. Y'all like to big up the past, and y'all like movies. Y'all like symbols and shit. Matter of fact, this is initiation, right? You tell me what you think it is. You trying to go through this.
In the remote Amazonian village of Inhubei, the moan of the horns means a grueling initiation is about to begin. Several times a year, the Saturday Mawe Indians hold a painful 11-hour ritual in which boys as young as 12 must stick their hands into a pair of specially made gloves, each one infested with a swarm of angry, stinging jungle carnivores, giant tropical bullet ants. No initiate can be considered a true Indian, a warrior, until he has worn the gloves not just once, but 20 times. This afternoon, Ted Beltrow will wear the ant gloves for the first time, with 19 more to come.
People say that I don't have the courage to do it. I have, and I will do it.
The men face the prospect of getting stung even before the ritual starts, when they head off to capture the ants. A stab from this predator's abdominal spear is 30 times worse than a bee sting.
Lord have mercy.
The tribe's medicine man drugs the ants by soaking them in an herbal solution. But their stupor will only last long enough for them to be thrust one by one, stinger first, into the gloves. According to the Sature Mare legend, these menaces provide the perfect test of one's worthiness to take on adult roles. In less than an hour, the ants are awake. Trapped in the woven mitt, they writhe in angry desperation. They're ready to be inserted into the ceremonial gloves. One by one, each young man steps up to the sacred pole and submits his hands to the swarm. Their agony is unmistakable. To help distract them, the medicine man leads them in a dance around the pole. To be seen as a true tribal warrior, each must endure the ant's punishment for more than 10 minutes. With each sting, the bullet ant's neurotoxic venom attacks the nerves, causing paralysis and terrible pain. And this is only the beginning. Once the gloves are off, the stinging and burning will only grow more excruciating. Now, after watching the others suffer, Ted's moment of truth has arrived. Unfazed, he keeps dancing, while all around him the others succumb to the poison. Slowly, the neurotoxic venom is turning their hands into swollen, simmering, paralyzed stumps. Finally, the gloves come off, and Ted remains standing.
My body feels like a motor that's heating up. If you throw water here, a lot of smoke will come out.
It takes 24 hours for the toxins to dissipate completely. As the chief sees it, the ritual not only marks the initiate's entrance into adulthood, it makes them better men.
If you live your life without suffering anything, or without any kind of effort, it won't be worth anything to you.
Despite his long hours of agony, Ted has promised the chief he will wear the gloves 19 more times, until he becomes a true adult in the eyes of the tribe.
Hey, he ain't have a choice. He ain't have a choice in the matter. How you even know you want to still be part of this group in the first place from the rip? That's what tribalism is. Those individuals' entire world is shaped by the tribe. They don't know anything else. I guarantee you, if they could peer and look into a lot of y'all lives, if they could look and see what your day-to-day, the options that you have, I bet you they'd pick your life. They don't know nothing else. See, what I want y'all to understand is freedom ain't natural to human beings. You can go back to Sumerian folklore or mythology with Anunnakis creating a human race to mine gold. One group of people have been trying to rule over another group of people since time started. Everyone's trying to control other people. It never been a time where a man and a woman, a girl and a boy could wake up and say, I want to do this today. And nobody's in your way. And because of that, you have anxiety. Because freedom ain't natural. Think about procrastination. You wouldn't procrastinate if the tribe was over you. You procrastinate is because it's just you. A lot of the decisions that you make, you wouldn't make these decisions if the tribe was on your helmet. You make these decisions because it's just you. Being responsible, being dependable, that's not natural human characteristics. People usually have pressure on them, and that's why they do what they do. And I was thinking that everybody wanted freedom. I was thinking that freedom was something that we all should have. And then I got to thinking, honestly, that oppression makes some people better. And I'm going to talk about that in one sec.
I done made money, lost it, and made it back again. I done took major losses in the game. You get the benefit from my losses. I sat with some of the realest people that ever walked this planet. You get the benefit from that. See, when I'm talking, man, I'm not one of these niggas, man, that didn't get it out the mud. I'm not freestyling. I'm not speculating. This is raw and authentic. This is the game that you apply ASAP and it change your life, and people see a difference in you. People say, wow, look at her. Wow, look at him. Man, whatever they doing, man, it must be working, because damn, they look better. Damn, they sound better. They moving better. Well, that ain't free. You got to pay for it just like I had to pay for it. Put the money on the wood. Respect the game. Respect my time.
I'm going to show y'all something. And I'm going to show you the best moments, let's just say Black America specifically, right? Let's look at some shit real quick, right? Oppression. Anybody heard this album before? Hopefully I ain't the only one. I'm showing my age real quick. Anybody heard this album? This album was made when crack was popping. This album was made when gang banging was running through Black America. St. Louis, Arkansas, Vice Lord, GDs, all that, right? This album was made when honestly, it was a harsher time. The reason why this nigga was rapping like this on the album was because times was hard. Was living in the projects. And after Cabrini Green got tore down, Queensbridge Projects was the biggest projects in the country. The reason why he was rapping the way that he was rapping was because the conditions was hard. It was no joke outside. That jacket you got, that AV, oh man, you coming off that. Them Barclays, they coming off your feet. Them J's, woo, they coming off your feet. Mothers couldn't even buy their sons no new sneakers, man. It wasn't like it is today where it's variety. It's not just the jocks and the thugs. It's the nerds, it's the gothic kids, it's the sexually fluid quick kids. It's the girls, the boys. It's so many different cliques that your kid could fit into. It wasn't like that back then. And the reason why that he was rapping the way he was rapping was because life was harder. There was more discrimination. You had Desert Storm popping. You had crack cocaine popping. The hood was really hard. But it produced a classic. I'm showing my age a little bit, but when this came out, it's real funny how there's this gender war now when hip hop was all about feminism. Queen Latifah was a feminist. She wanted to kick it with the guys. She wanted to get her hands dirty with the guys. There was no separation. The boys and girls played with each other. There was no separation. It wasn't just women listening to this album. Do you know why they didn't talk about femininity and masculinity at this period? Because it was harder. The reason why y'all have space to talk about masculinity and femininity and all this crazy shit is because life is easier right now. This album, go right here. Straight boom bap, beats and rhymes, and she was going. And guess what? She had to be nice because she was rapping for the guys. She had to be dope. Why? Because it was harder back then. The environment was more tough. The environment was aggressive. People were more oppressed at this time. And what I'm going to show you is that niggas do they best when they're oppressed. All these that I'm showing you is classics. Classics. What's making them classics? The environment is what's making them classics. Classics. This is how I know that you niggas ain't oppressed right now. Because I can look into your art and look into your work and look into what y'all talk about. There's no way in hell that you could be oppressed because your work would be better. You're not oppressed. You free. You make music like free people. It's trash. Your podcasting topics are trash. Y'all talking about femininity and masculinity. That means you're gravy. You ain't worried about starving to death. Monsanto has made it so everybody eats. Rappers are not even talking about, listen to this. Here's how I know that you're not oppressed. What's the last rapper to have said anything about the war overseas? They don't even talk about the war. We're still overseas. We're still overseas, man. We're dropping bombs and drones on them people overseas. Hip hop, when people were oppressed, always addressed foreign politics. Hell, the Black Panther Party used to walk around with the little red book from Chairman Mao. Hip hop is not even addressing global politics. That's how I know y'all free. And look what's happening with the freedom. The quality in the people is suffering. I'm just talking Black America specifically. Niggas look trash. Why? You free. You don't got nothing pushing back against you. I guarantee if an alien was to come out the clouds right now, Black men and women would love each other. Y'all would get along real quick. Hey, I was thinking, hey, maybe you need to come over here with me. Bring your family. All that shit would end. Why? Because external pressure. You don't have any external pressure. You free. So y'all talk shit about each other. Because y'all bored. Come on, man. How Biden say it? Come on, man. This is arguably one of the best soundtracks ever. We can argue and debate about this. This is arguably one of the best soundtracks ever. When did it come out? When life was hard. It was more competitive. The streets was brutal. Classic. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So you can't, see, this is the thing. Like, I can't just make this up. You had to be there to know, You can't just, you have to know about Above the Rim soundtrack. You know what I mean? But I remember it. It wasn't safe. I didn't always feel good about coming out my crib. I had wolves living on my block. Best friends was robbing each other for dope. Like, it wasn't cool. I'm not glamorizing it at all. But what I am saying is, man, people kind of produce their best shit. These is classics that's coming out when it's more oppression. When opportunities weren't where it was. This stuff that I'm showing you is over 30 years old. Opportunities wasn't what it was like right now. People putting out the best shit when it's harder. This is what I'm talking about freedom anxiety. People don't know what to do with their freedom. And I thought that, you know what? We all need freedom to grow, freedom to express, blah, blah, blah. No, Black people don't need freedom. Black people need oppression. Because with oppression, you produce your most fire shit. That's when y'all come together. When you're oppressed, not when you're free. Y'all need somebody on your head. Come on, man. Classics. Classics. What was going on? What's this, 86? What's going on? Crack. Gangbanging is spreading from the west to the east, having effect on people's lives. There's still instruments in the school, and because of the environment, man, that kid is going to school playing drums hard as hell. He playing that saxophone hard as hell. Look at American history and look at the contributions of Black Americans. Look at their best shit and match it up with the time period. Niggas is free now. This is free. What do you do with your freedom? Show y'all something real quick. Y'all with me? Y'all good? Because I want to knock the anxiety out of you. And don't worry, I done struggle with it too. What do I do with my freedom? Very, very difficult thing. Very, very difficult. What I want to show y'all real quick, I don't know the last time y'all looked. I just want to show you the Black inventors list. I'm going to just go through it real quick. And I just want y'all to look at the dates. Okay? I want y'all to pay attention to the dates. All right? We're just going to breeze through it, right? Now, this is when Black Americans were inventing things. Now, you would think that the environment is so harsh and so brutal that you don't got the space to do anything because you stuck on survival mode. But that's not the case, though. That ain't the case. What you see is excellence. Now, how's that possible? With Jim Crow and people getting lynched and the Ku Klux Klan. How is it that they're more excellent than niggas right now? Wouldn't you would think with all the freedom, there would be classic albums, classic artwork, classic fashion, classic books, classic talking points? No, it ain't though. But that's what you would expect with freedom, right? You wouldn't expect people that are being oppressed to produce the more fire shit. Well, that's what happened. W.B. Abrams. Look at the date. Patent date, 1891. What did they invent? Hame attachment. Hold on. I want to go through some of these. C.W. Allen. Self-leveling table. Look at the date of the patent. 1898. 1898? What? W.B. Allen, clothesline support. Look at the date. 1895. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. 1895, over 100 something years ago. Look at how these people are doing, making things, creating things. Alexander P. Ashburn, what did they make? process preparing coconut for domestic use, biscuit cutter, process of treating coconut, refined oil, coconut oil. Look at their patent. Look at his patents. 1875, 1875, 1877, 1880. Making things. I'm starting to think that when black people are really oppressed, they actually do better. All you have to do is provide me with the culture's best stuff right now, and I'm going to compare it to when black people was really oppressed. W.M. Biles. What's their event? Ladder skullfold support. 1879. 1879. And I don't really want to hear about, oh, people are doing something now. Listen, when you think about Black America, you don't think about Black America creating things. You think about ratchet. Let's be real here. I'ma say it. You think about underachievement. You don't think about inventions. You don't think about genius and science and biology. Stop it, 5. I'ma keep it a stack. And I'm from this bullshit. And what I'm saying is leverage the contributions of the group as a collective and leverage it what people are doing now. It's not even debatable. All the legends that we talk about are from this period. Why? Because oppression focuses the mind. When the conditions are harsh, it focuses the mind. You need pushback unless you know how to be free. Self-motivating, self-governing. People don't know how to be free. That's the thing. L.C. Bailey. Combined truss, bandage, and folded bed. Oh, shampoo, headrest. 1899. Look at the dates, yo. C.O. Bailiff, shampoo headrest, 1898. W.J. Ballo, what did he make? Combined hat rack and table. Look at the date, 1898. Hey, I want somebody to look this up for me. Benjamin Banneker, Astronomical Almanac. Somebody in the chat, please find out for me when Benjamin Banneker was born. When was Benjamin Banneker born? Because these are so-called supposed people that's going through slavery, and he's making an astronomical almanac. When was he born? Somebody tell me in the chat. I need to know. Somebody said 11/9/1731. Y'all in denial. And I don't get my information from the media. I'm living this shit. Why are we in denial? Let's keep it a stack. And I know Maurice Ashley, the Tresh Grandmaster. I highlight Black excellence on my channel daily, but it's few and far between. Because if that person goes down, it's not a group of excellent motherfuckers. It's one person. If he or she goes down, then it's a wrap. Clearly, Malcolm died. Oop, it's a wrap. No more. Tupac died. Oop, it's a wrap. No more. Nip Hussle died. Oop, it's a wrap. No more. Come on, man. It shouldn't be just one. Benjamin Banneker was born in 1731. He's responsible for an astronomical almanac, y'all. And let me tell you how free we are. How many of y'all have went through the inventors list recently? Exactly. I just want y'all to look at the dates of the patents. All of this shit is from the 1800s. All this stuff is from the 1800s, y'all. And understand, I already told y'all what I did with my freedom. I got high with my freedom. I was in the hotel with the whores with my freedom. So I even misused my freedom. I didn't know. I did not know what to do with my freedom. I did not know how to govern myself. I did not know that I was responsible for my own life. I did not know. I didn't know. Hold on. Shout out to Patricia Bath. Hold on. I just want to get, she's more recent. I just want to get to the dates. Rotary engine, car coupler, Andrew Barrett. Look at the dates of the patents. 1892, 1897. So what we see here is a pattern. We see that even though the conditions were not favorable, these people are making shit. Letterbox. Look at the patent date. 1892. Ludrow Bell. What do you make? Broom moisteners and bridles. Look at his patent dates. 1871, 1872. Come on, man. Look at this. Another look at the patent. 1893. Broom moisteners and bridles. M.E. Benjamin. Gong and signal chairs for hotels. Shit we using to this day. 1888. You know why y'all need that narrative of oppression and shit like that? So you're not compared to these people. Because if you have to compare yourself to these people living in the 1800s, you can't hold a candle. Shit, I can't neither. These people weren't quote unquote free and they did more with less. And we're free and we can't even exceed them. That's a slap in the face. Edmund Berger, spark plug. Y'all know the spark plug for your car? Spark plug. But then y'all, oh, we ain't this and we ain't that. You don't know what to do with freedom. So if these people did this in harsh environments, imagine what they would do with your freedom. Come on now. Look at this shit, man. Street sprinkling apparatus. 1879. Look at the patent dates. This is American history. This is on the books. This is not my opinion. Look at the dates. The Emancipation Proclamation was what? 1863, 1865? This is directly after, supposedly, the most horrifying, traumatizing human event in history. And they're making shit? Why they not stressed and depressed? Shouldn't be stressed and depressed. These are former slaves. Shouldn't they have post-traumatic slave syndrome? Shouldn't they? Shouldn't black men and women at this time have conflict with each other? Since they're not used to being with each other, shouldn't they? But they don't, though. Why? Because oppression doesn't allow you to do that. Oppression makes you focus because it's hard outside. You niggas are too free. If I stuck you in jail right now, you'll start reading, working out. All of a sudden, you'll be damn Einstein. Why I gotta put you in jail, though? You see? You'll be getting creative. Oh, man, yeah, when I get out, I'm gonna make an app. Oh, yeah, man, woo, yeah, yeah, shoot. You know what? McDonald's don't deliver. I'm gonna make an app for McDonald's so they can deliver, because they don't even deliver. Oh, man, you're gonna come up with mad creative shit. Because why? Because you in jail and you got pushback on you. A.B. Blackburn. Look, railway signal, spring seat for chairs, cash carrier. Look at the dates of the patents. Again, 1888, 1888, 1888. He got 3 patents in 1 year. The 1st of January, April, and October. He got 3 patents in 1 year. With open racism. Y'all can't fight this right here. And you sitting at your crib, what do? I don't know what to do. My mom was a drunk. Man, get over yourself. Get over it. You got freedom anxiety. You are so free that you can turn on your own self. Trust me, I ain't judging you. I've been there because I did all the motherfucking drugs with my freedom, and I hit all the whores with my freedom, and I hit them raw. So I ain't judging you. I'm telling you about the freedom to be free. Man, it's some responsibility out of this world. You got to teach your kids how to be free, what to do with their time. L Blue, what he make? Designed for rubber scalping knife. Again, y'all, look at the dates of the patent. 1884. This ain't my opinion. This y'all people's. This who y'all talk about, the ancestors. But you know what I figured out when it comes to the ancestors? Y'all only talking about slaves. You ain't talking about people that did shit. Because if you was talking about people that did shit, you would want to emulate them. You only talking about slaves. You ain't talking about black capitalists. You ain't talking about black Republicans. You ain't talking about blacks that was in Congress in the 1800s. You ain't talking about blacks that built cities and towns. You're only talking about slaves. See, if as long as you could talk about slaves, ain't no accountability. But if I pin you to black inventors, what? What you do with your day? What you do today? How many posts on Instagram do you like? Spring seat for chairs, LF Booker. They're improving on designs and everything. Let's get a black woman in it. I hear black women talk, oh, we're not protected. Well, what was she? What's Sarah Boone? She made the ironing board in 1892. You think she was protected? She was born in 1832, probably had babies that were sold off. You think she was protected? I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all running around with your fucking attitudes. What about Sarah Boone, though? What about her life? She probably couldn't even raise her babies. And y'all got nerve to talk. Protect her. Man, protect your motherfucking self and make something. FOH. Nobody trying to hear nothing. FOH. These people are turning in their grave looking at us. These people rolling in their grave looking at us. FOH. With everything going on in this woman's life, she made the ironing board. Or made improvements of it. No excuse for us. No excuse for us. Myself included. No excuse. These people did more with less. See, when we talk about the ancestors, we ain't talking about people that did shit. We talking about ambiguous people, nameless people. But let's put a name to the faces. This is black excellence right here, not fucking dancing. Not doing shit when it's easy. Black excellence is this right here, y'all. When everything is stacked up against you, you still manage to create something that outlives you. How is that not excellent? Think she got to raise her children? She didn't even have no agency over her womb from a white man or a black man. What? H.A. Boy, I could go on and on. It's all 1800s. All 1800s, man. I could go on and on. Charles B. Brooks, street sweepers. I could go on and on. Look at the patent dates. 1890, 1893, 1896. These people was busy. But what do we do with our freedom? I don't want to hear nothing, man. For real. Can't hold a candle to these people. Look at their contributions. Y'all like pictures. That's all y'all focus on. Y'all want to see black people's pictures. But you don't want to see how they behave, though. You just want the pictures. And be like, oh, yeah, that's black love right there. Fuck out of here. These people is making things. You get the point, man. The point of showing this is look at what we do during oppression. Look at the times. Let me show you. That's who I want to get like. Because they did more with less. And I told you what I did with my freedom. Fucking off. Not proud of the things I did with my freedom. This is how black women was looking when it was more oppression outside. When it was harder outside. It was counterculture. Because you're not being included in shit, you're forced to do your own thing. I was there. I remember. Look at the braids. I'm just keeping it a stack. White girls didn't look like this. Like there, it was a distinction with Black America. It looked different. It looked different. People didn't have a desire to do what they do. You did your own thing. That's what oppression does. You start creating counterculture. These braids was fly. I remember these. With the baby hairs. Big ass earrings with your name in them. I'm not being biased at the time. That shit was hard. Little bow leg stance. Knees knocked in. Fire pussy. Come on, man. How Joe Biden say it? Come on, man. Distinct. It was a distinct culture inside of America. Because you couldn't be included in things, because you was pushed out of things, you were forced to develop your own culture, your own style, your own look, even talk. It was separate from the rest of America. And this is when you did your best. Come on, man. Come through, finger waves. It's the finger waves for me. It's the waves for me. Come through, waves. I know I'm not tripping. I just showed you inventors. I showed you a little bit of hip hop. Everything I showed you from hip hop was the classics. Now I'm showing you imagery. When Black people are oppressed, they do their best. I'm sorry. Now that Blacks are free, it's the worst we look. Contribution is the worst. Why? Because people don't know how to be free. To have control over your own mind. It's like we're desperately looking for someone to tell us what to do. It's like we're begging for the hard times so we can get back into our regular self. Come through! This is what happens when you're oppressed. You start to wear your hair how you want to wear it. That's what happens when you're oppressed. See, when you free, everybody looks the same. Trying to fit in. Come through, Flojo. Keep telling you I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Come through, Flojo. This is what happens when you oppress. When you're oppressed and freedom is taken from you, you actually do your best shit. You grind harder. You work harder. You study harder. When you ain't free, you got an expectation of you. The standard for it, let me tell y'all something. Do you know to be a good Black man, the standard is low? All I got to do is be nice. That's how low the standard to be a good Black man is. All I gotta do is be nice and be a good husband, and that makes me a good black man. I don't have to create shit. Just be polite. Standard low as hell. I just watched Richard Branson take himself to the edge of space. Look, our shit is so bad, we ain't even expecting that. We just like, brother, can you just be nice? And you a good black man. Get the fuck out of here. You mean to tell me the standard for being a good black, all I have to do is be monogamous? That's how what kind of ceiling is that? Oh, yeah, my husband doesn't cheat on me. Oh, yeah, he's a leader. He's a good man. What? Standard low as hell. No expectation. Only thing, to be a real nigga, only thing I gotta do is be contrary. All I gotta do is be like, fuck the system, fuck the Board of Education, a gay agenda, and I'm a real nigga. That's all it takes. Yeah, that nigga woke. That nigga woke. That nigga woke. I don't need to do much. You don't need to know how I'm doing with my family. You don't need to know my day-to-day. Only thing I have to do is be contrary to the obvious. Only thing I have to do is be Captain Obvious. Oh man, school to prison pipeline. Oh man, like duh. Man, racial disparities. Man, that nigga's woke. That's it. You don't care how I am as a father or nothing. Like, that's it. Am I a good friend or nothing? For real, for real. For real, for real. As a black American male, the only competition that I have with other black men is in fucking. There's no other competition. It's dick size. That's it. That's the only thing that is competitive. Fucking. I don't ever have to make anything, and I can still be considered a good black man. Why? Because I have manners. You don't lowered the bar so much. See, with freedom, you see what you do? You don't lower the bar so much that you like, fuck it, just be nice. Counterculture. White men in America did not look like this. They ain't look like this. This is a distinct group of people. Because of oppression. You see? Because you're not free. There's restrictions on you. And with those restrictions, you invented things. You created fashion trends. I'm 37. This is the most terrible I've seen black people dress since I've been alive. Niggas don't even get fresh no more. Like pajamas outside, bonnets outside, basketball shorts outside. Y'all not even trying no more. As long as it's a pair of J's, you think you could wear a pair of J's and just match them up with any basketball shorts. FOH. He ain't even trying no more. Why? Because you free. Let me tell you something. Oppressed black woman wouldn't wear no fucking bonnet. That's 100. You not oppressed. You're not oppressed. Because if you was, then you know goddamn well public perception matters. When black men weren't free, black men was suited and booted. Niggas dressed tacky right now. Just keep it a... Why y'all lying? Keep it a stack. Now, this is some street shit right here, right? But still, it's still counterculture. Ain't nobody else look like this. Now, these are, you know, if you know, you know. Mom, I'm just using it. So even in the streets, distinct. Distinct. Why? Because you ain't free. Now, this is hip hop, right? It's hip hop. The clothes are big, but it's still counterculture. It's still a group of people doing their own thing. They're not saying, hey, I want to be included in y'all shit. They're saying, hey, we got our own thing going right here. And it's nothing wrong with that. But that comes from oppression. Because with freedom right now, what? What are black Americans doing with their freedom? Being American, which is fine. I just want to let y'all know that, I don't know, y'all might need some oppression in your life because you do better. You make more things. You're a little more focused. No white men at this time look like this. This comes from not being included. Sometimes not being included is a good thing, y'all. It's a good thing. You got room to create. Come on, man. These days is over. This is American history, man. This is American history. Black women at that time didn't say, I don't feel protected. You know why? Because it was the culture of hip hop. We was all one. You was either real or you fake. That's it. Counterculture. This comes when you're oppressed. When people tell you no. When people don't allow you in their group, you start doing your own thing. Come on, man. Y'all talk about black love and y'all go right to the 30s. Shit, you ain't got to go that far. She got a regular ponytail. This American history. Come on, man. Niggas doing them. It comes from oppression. But the way that y'all talk about coming together, the black family, what y'all really want, the picture y'all really want, I know you handkerchief heads. This is what you really want right here. This is what you really want. But for you to get this right here, you gotta be oppressed. This is what you really want. This is the image that you're in love with. This right here. You're in love with this image. This is black love to you. This is the black family to you. But you got to understand something. This picture comes from oppression. If you want this kind of love and togetherness, you need to be oppressed. Because as long as you're free, y'all not gonna fuck with each other. This is what y'all crave. This is what y'all mean about unity. This is what you mean. I know how y'all love pictures. It's this right here. But this right here did not come with free people. The times was hard. People was poor. They was working with a little bit. The state and the federal government was not in these people's favor. And it made them come together. So all of this group economics and Black Wall Street and all that stuff y'all talking about, you can get it. You can get that. Only with oppression, though. You know how I know? It's because you're free right now and you can't do this. You're free right now and you're more divided than ever. You got all the cars, all the houses, all the weave, all the hair grease, all the do-rag, all the chicken, all the watermelon, all the hog maw, all the chitlins, all the everything. You got everything. Why you can't get along? You got all the Jordans, all the KDs, all the Kyries. You got all the lace fronts, all the bonnets, all the loud, all the fidget spinners, nigga. All the iPhones, all the guns, nigga. All the porn, all the Facebook, all the Twitter. What don't you have right now? You got all the Hulu, all the streaming, all the HBO Max. You got Love and Hip Hop. You got The Shade Room. You got trips to Miami. When I go to Miami and I go on Collins, the girls is hopping out of the golf cart to twerk in the middle of the street. That's free people. I'm talking about you could be walking down Collins and they right in the intersection getting it in. You got all that. You got all of that. You got all this freedom, right? But y'all can't even have a conversation with each other. Oppression makes Black people better. I'm sorry. This is your golden age. Everything that I showed you, from inventors to your imagery to everything, only comes from you being oppressed. With Black freedom, what are y'all doing? Everything is different. From the arts, the movies, the inventions, everything, you name it. With freedom, this is why Black people are losing, because they're freedom. Now, when you talk about foreign groups of people, you know why they come to America and run circles around niggas is because they're not free in their country. So when they come here with a mindset that they're still being oppressed. That's what y'all don't talk about. That Mexican from America that's crossing the border. What do you think the living conditions is in Mexico? Huh? What do you think the peso is compared to the dollar? Huh? The person coming from the Congo, from Lebanon, from Syria, from China, when they get to America, they go crazy. You know why? Because they still have memories of oppression. Y'all don't got no memories of oppression. Because if you really thought that you was oppressed, you would not do what you do. You would not have time to fuck around and watch shit on YouTube that's not beneficial. You would read things that would make you better. You wouldn't argue with the only person that you can mate with. You would keep your families together. You wouldn't be fucking around with pranks and shit. You wouldn't do none of that. You wouldn't be the loudest person in Walmart. You know why? You know why? Because you're oppressed. So you know you got to move a certain type of way. Y'all want this picture? Y'all want this picture? Huh. What do you think you got to go through to get this picture? All of your icons, your Malcolms, your Noble Drew Ali's, your Bob Marleys, your Sojourner Truths, your Maggie Walker, you name it, your Paul Robeson. All of your icons come from an oppressed period of time. Now you're free. Who do you got? Tell me, what's their names? The first sign of trouble right now, motherfuckers start tripping. Can't stand a little pushback. If I give you a pen and a pad and tell you to write me a rap, you start talking about you got haters. Fuck nigga this, pussy nigga that. That's what you do with your freedom. See? You don't know how to be free. You like the picture of black love. You love that. But you don't understand shit. Hugs is all they got. That's all they got. Is them hugs. And that small time they got with each other, you know why? Because it was rough outside. And they went through all that just so we could be. Now, I already told you what I did with my freedom. And those are sins that I got to atone for. Told you what I did with mine. I dishonored these people with my freedom because I didn't know. Because I was listening to you niggas telling me that I ain't free. That victim religion. I bought into that bullshit. Walking around like a victim, causing mayhem and terror. If y'all want that picture, you're going to have to know what to do with your freedom. Because them people's from a different time. We'll wrap this up in a sec. Talk a little bit about individuality. One of the ways people give up their freedom is with we talk. We. And what I realize is oftentimes when we use that kind of language and that kind of rhetoric, is because we're afraid. And what we really mean by we is this thing that I could do solo, that I need to do for myself, I'm not going to do it unless the group could do it. I'm not going to do it unless we all go. And that's one of the flaws that I see with the people. And I've used that language too, about this we. Who is that? What we go through in America. Who is we? Like specifics matter. Specifics matter. And I remember there was a period of time where I would link myself to individuals that didn't want what I want, and I would include them in my we. They didn't do what I did. They didn't read what I read. They didn't focus how I focus, but I would still include them in my we. I would still include them in my we. That's fear-based. It's fear. Who is we? It's funny because I knew a lot of George Floyds in my life. I walk past them every day, give them $1 or two, right? I never considered them a we. But how we're taught, a white man gives that same individual that I will walk past every day his life meaning and value. Now he becomes a we. See what they do to us? That's what I would say. Look what they do to us. But hold on. Is this the same stranger that I will walk by every single day and not give a fuck about what he's doing? Why is he a we now? You see? It takes courage to stand up as an individual. It takes courage to be accountable. Because when we use the word we, there's no accountability there. We don't own this. We don't own that. Yes, you do. You own a lot. You own your attention. And let me tell y'all something. Just because you own it don't mean you got the most money. The ideal is to have the most money and the most control. Don't let nobody beat you down with the, oh, we don't own. Yes, you do. Nothing can function without your attention. Nothing moves without your attention. You own a lot. You own your energy. You own how you're going to show up. You own how you respond to a situation. You own the way you process something, the way you look at it. You don't have to act that way when something happens. You own that. Who cares you don't own Amazon? Who cares? But you control it. You know why? Because you're the consumer. You control it. Oh, owning. I've owned businesses before, and guess what? I be in the red like a motherfucker, and the employees is making more money than me. So what is y'all talking about? Own. Everybody ain't gonna be an owner. What does that mean? You don't even want that headache for real. And it don't mean that you the man. The object is to have freedom, move around, and have the most money. Y'all just want to own shit to say you own it. But if you own it and you don't got the most money, who gives a fuck? Who cares? If it's a burden on you and you can't move and you can't pivot, who cares? You own a lot. And you got to understand something. If you ain't listening to nothing else, everybody ain't gonna go. Y'all swear to God you can bring every nigga with you. Where you get this mentality from? The community. You don't even live over there. Who is the community? That man got to man his own turf. When you doing for these motherfuckers, what are they doing? If you don't do it, so they're never gonna do nothing with themselves. Black people ain't children. They ain't kids. They grown. Maybe you need to get it through your head that some people don't want what you want, and that's okay. So you use that we shit so you can duck and hide under your personal goals and your personal desires and dreams. You know you're fucking up. So you like to use the we so you can hide up under that. We this and we ain't doing this and we ain't. No, man. What about you, man? What about you? What about you, sis? If you find a husband, you're an individual black woman, right? But when you go through some bullshit, now you a whole group. Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all all corny with that shit. When you win, it's slay, slit, slay. When somebody call you a bitch, is see, we as black women, See, we as black women is unprotected. But hold on, sis. When you celebrating, you an individual though. But when you go through trauma, now you become a group of black women? Really? Get the fuck out of here, man. I know y'all got a book full of ideals just like me. Y'all got vision boards just like me. And y'all got stuff that's uncompleted in your books just like me. Now I feel like a fraud because of that. I don't like that. I'm sitting up here talking shit to y'all, and I know that I got stuff from January 1st that I said that I wanted to do, and it ain't got done. Why? Because I mismanaged my freedom. I didn't guard my eyes. I didn't guard my ears. Now, some of y'all going through the same thing, and y'all can relate. And it's only a short period of time, and it's 2022. Y'all, can you believe it? 2022. 2022, man. And I know you ain't going to be the one that's, oh man, it's my year. You'd be surprised what you could get done in these next 4 months. You'd be surprised if you focus and tap into your individuality and manage and master the art of freedom. But don't trip. I'm on the path with you. I ain't got all the goddamn answers. I'm still trying to figure out this freedom thing too. Because I'm like, oh shit, I ain't got no oppressor? Woo, I don't even know what to do. You ain't alone. One day at a time. One day at a time, man. You slip, you fall, you get up. Keep it pushing. You slip, you fall, you get up. Keep it pushing. You hit your head. Don't worry. Keep it pushing. Keep going. You keep going. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As an American, those are your rights. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And don't let me, don't your mama, don't let anybody infringe on those rights. And if you find yourself straying away from life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, make the changes that you need to make so you can get back in the driver's seat, y'all. You know what we do. Coin gang. You got to put something down to pick something up. And remember this, if you don't remember nothing else. Some superheroes wear capes. And some of us, we just have waves.